Hi everyone, I'm Sandy and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada. Oh my goodness, welcome back after Christmas. It's been, I don't know about your Christmas. Mine was really nice and peaceful. It was quiet, had way too much food. Way. Too many yummies, basically. So, anyway, I hope you had a great Christmas and had time to spend with family and friends if you were able to. Guess what? Like, wow. This is my last video of 2021. I kid you not. Where did the year go? Where did it go? So if you're just joining me, do say hello. Do say hello. I'm just getting a couple things ready beside me. I know I just turned my head. Don't turn your head when we're talking. Hey, Bea, how are you doing? Hope you had a nice Christmas. Alrighty. So I have a couple of quick announcements, and one is right here. But first things first, if you don't have a demonstrator and you live in Canada and you need a copy of the mini and the new Celebration catalogs, message me and I will get those out to you. If you have a demonstrator, please go to them and they'll get you your copies. But yeah, if you don't have them, don't have a demonstrator, ask me, because I will get those out to you this week. Okay, Stamp Camp. So I'm gonna check my lighting here. Looks a little weirdly dull. It looks fuzzy, but looks okay. Anyway, I've had a bit of feedback regarding our Flowering Tulips Winter Escape Stamp Camp. Other than the fact that's a mouthful. One of the comments was, I already have the timeless tulips, so why do I want flowering tulips? Good point. And no worries. We've taken a look at all the cards we've made, and there's 9 in the Stamp Camp. And your timeless tulips will work perfectly with it. So you can still join in the Winter Escape. All you have to do, you just choose a different stamp other than the flowering tulips of, well, equal or greater value. Now, we added in a little something. So anyone who registers for Stamp Camp before, or by, I should say, January the 1st, you get extra ballots for our prize draws. So if you're thinking of joining, definitely don't wait. Get in there and register. All the information, I'm going to add those links, so all the information will be in the description. I think, what's that word? And you'll be able to read all the registration details. Well, let's just take a quick look here. There's, oh, hello, Elsie. Welcome, and Gail. Alrighty. Anyone else? The comments fly past me too fast. I can't do both. I used to be able to. I can't anymore. So anyway, the paper and all that is much brighter than this. My printer was running out of ink, and I thought, please, just one more print. Anyway, that's all I have to tell you with that. Boop. Alrighty. So, with regard to flowering tulips, we are going to look at that again tonight. And another question that I've had is, how do I use these dies in the set? Which is an excellent question. I had to teach myself how to use them as well. So, these are the dies that I've used tonight for the flowers. I do want to mention that the stems, there is a wider stem, like so. But for my card tonight, I decided to use this one because it just added to the whole delicate nature of the card. Okay, so you get 3 of these, which is great because you need these for each one of the flowers. Now I have a frog, excuse me. Sorry about that. So our first flower only needs these 2. Our second flower needs 3. There's this is like a V. And our third flower also needs the V. And I can't remember if these are upside down or backwards or what they are. We also need these leaves here. So As you can see, I've die cut everything. So we'll get our those, and we'll get our those, and then we'll get to how do you put these together. We'll take them off here. Oh, I'm going to show you the paper that I chose too. It's, pardon me, it's from New Horizons. So if you were there for my previous video, be nice if I got everything. Are we in the center? I think so. If you were watching my previous video, I showed you, or was it the previous one? It was a whole unboxing, and you can, and this paper is phenomenal. The reason I chose this is, one, I love these, I love the dots, I love the watercolor look, and the fact that every one of these tulips is going to look different, which I think is awesome. Awesome. Still checking my lighting here. What is not where? I think my one light's not as powerful as it was. All right, so here we go. Let's get our Tombow. I'm going to recommend liquid glue for this. And I'm also going to recommend that I get in frame. Let's wait and see. I have to wait for the video to catch up. All right, let's start with the easiest. I never know if these are upside down until I've got them going. Yep, there we are. All right, so on the dies, let's grab one. On the dies, there's these little score lines. I don't know if you can just barely, I can barely see them right there and right there. Just a little bump. Doesn't cut, it makes score lines. So all you do is fold on the score lines. So I can see I have this upside down. Now the one thing I haven't mastered yet on these is, you can play with it a little bit too, and I am burnishing it like with my fingernail, is how to not have that show. And I'll show you what I mean. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Okay, there we go. So this one clearly has a bud. And what I found is I can't seem to get this little bit covered. So I ended up cutting it. Now we're not actually using this for this card, but I wanted to show you how it goes together. You do not need a lot of glue. A little bit on the back. Oh, and drop it. A little bit on the back. You want that wiggle time, which is why I'm going to recommend a liquid glue. I'm thinking they probably thought that the paper wouldn't be blue on the back. You can do this with plain cardstock as well. Oh, am I in frame? Yep. And we'll just hold that for a second. Here's another one that I made using the same paper. Turn it. You can see how absolutely different they look. All right, so this one has one big fold that goes all the way across. You can see it already forming the tulip. And then you're going to take this, and these are going to go right here. So the only thing with this is, and the reason I put it together like this already, is I want to see where this piece goes. Too low, and you're going to be showing off that background paper. So I think right about there looks good. So we'll open it up, and we'll just put a little bit of glue right there. And hold. The exciting part is waiting for this to dry. Do musical interlude. Alrighty. By the way, we had so many sweets sent. We had people cancel because we wanted to stick to the 10 people that were recommended by the government. So they left sweets. And yeah, as of, mark my words, if I say it here, this will be it, won't it? There we go. See, fold, fold, and fold. As of December 31st, that's the last bit of my overindulging sweetness, sweet things. Okay, this one clearly goes this way. You can see how that's going to work, and that little piece may or may not stick out. Again, you can just burnish at whatever, however you want. I like to keep them kind of clear. I love that this has pinks and purples because they go together. All right, so that's where I want those. I think you probably could set it a little bit more. And I'll tell you what I did with these. Well, this one I've already done, is I actually flipped the paper over went like this, and I cut that bit off until I've got it, have it perfected. And maybe you have. Maybe you already have it perfected. If you do, let me know, because I will follow whatever. When I was trying to figure this out, there was all of one video on YouTube. Okay, so that one's stuck together. And then, you notice how I'm putting the glue on the back mostly? A little bit on the front. Okay, now that, wiggle time, wiggle time. This time I'm only going to glue this side down to leave this one just a little bit loose. I don't even know if that goes on top. Let's see. I honestly don't think it matters. Maybe we'll do this one. Yeah, let's see how that looks. Change it up. But it's, you can see they're really easy to put together. Like that was all my talking. So it actually, if you look this way, has a little bit of 3D to it, because mostly this one, because of the way I glued them. I'm just going to show you. So we'll get our paper snips out. I don't want this showing. I have actually a whole lot more than I expected. So I maybe put that too high. Go like so and snip it off. It's mostly gone. I figure the stem or something else will cover it. Okay, so we're going to keep these two, and we're going to keep, I have too many stems. I think I was going stem crazy. Alrighty. Oh, next, give you some measurements. So this is rich razzleberry. I don't even know if it's recommended with that color. Let's find out. Bermuda, oh, that's not what it says. Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Bumblebee, Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Garden Green, Misty Moonlight, Old Olive, Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. But guess what? Rich Raspberry goes with it. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. I wondered where that little piece went. Okay, so this particular piece is, I have my measurements here, 2 3/4 by 5 3/8. This piece, it's basic white, obviously. It's 2 5/8 by 5 1/4. And I have embossed it using the stripes. Yeah, stripes and splatters 3D embossing folders. And the reason why this piece is skinny, and I think I showed this already, here it is here. This one you get 2. And I like both, but I really like this one. So that's where that's from. I could have done it a little wider, but you'll see why I didn't. You will see why I didn't real soon. Let's just glue this together and get that out of the way. And by the way, you can use the deboss side too. It's just as pretty. I just like a little bit of, a few little bumps sticking up. This is nice and subtle for a card like this, as you'll see. Well, you can already see that the tulips are pretty subtle. All right, a little bit of wiggle time to move that up. Looks good. Alrighty. Okay, so let's do some building. Oh, you know what? I am one short, so I will use one of these. I was supposed to make a third one of these, but I didn't. No, I'm going to use this one. Okay, that's why I have 3 stems, because I missed one. All right. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's get the card partly together. That sounds like a good idea. Here's our card base. It's my standard, which is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and I've used my bone folder, but it's sticking up now, just to get it flat. Looks good in photographs that way. On top of that, I'm going to put this. Well, I'll show you what this looks like. This is from the Detailed Dahlias set. So there's other dies with the Detailed Dahlias, but when I saw this one, and again, if you saw my video, you saw my surprise when I saw this, or you heard my surprise, I should say, when I saw this was in the package as well, because what an awesome background. I do have a second card to show you, by the way, done in different colors. So do stick around to the end. Being very delicate. Well, detailed, delicate, same thing. There we go. It comes out easily, and in all honesty, by the way, I had to roll over it a few times, not the end of the world. I found right in the center here, there must be something with, okay, I was using my old Big Shot. It was handy. let's see, I am going to cut this right about, I'm going to pretend this is the halfway mark because I'm not measuring. Like, what on earth are you doing? Why would you cut that beautiful die? I'll show you. Because it's going to go over here. This piece goes here. And this piece is going to cover up. So that's why we don't need the whole thing. I can use this for another card, and why not? So I do have this, and I'm going to try and make it so you can't see it. Hopefully. That's my Stampin' seal. I know I don't use it often, but it worked perfectly for this. Beautiful. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. This I did not pop up, so let's get our glue out. Now on my original, I put it right over to the edge, and then after it dried, I'm like, I don't like that. Too late at that point, so I'm just going to center it top and bottom. And then again, use my wiggle time. I very much prefer this white line across here. I'll show you the other one when we're done. Okay. Now, to get arranging, seeing as I missed that one flower, I might do this a little bit different. Nope. Upside down again, Sandy. I'm not going to say it's tricky, but there. All right. These are very, very thin, as you can see. You want to go really, really light with the glue. So if you're just joining me, make sure you watch the beginning of the video as well, as we talk about the Stamp Camp and how you can get extra ballots for it, and that you don't have to purchase the stamp set. This stamp set, if you prefer something else, and two, if you already have the Timeless Tulips. Okay, I like that. I don't want them too high, but I think I'm gonna have that one over there. All right, so for starters, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use glue dots to hold them down. I will be popping one of them up, probably the center one. I love when I'm almost out of glue dots. That tells me that I've used them a lot. And then a glue dot here. This is the same way I made the second card that you'll see. Now you notice these are just slightly overlapping, and that's how I like them. Now at this point, if I was making this like not on camera, I would have taken my phone and taken a picture and said, that's exactly where I want them, stay put. You know, stay put. Alrighty, so I'm just going to pull out each stem. Oh, and of course that one's stuck. Okay, and like I said, wee little bits. Once you get your glue going, just push it along. I'm not gluing down here because I'm likely going to cut that. I do want my stems to somewhat converge at a point. Okay. That one can come off. Get. Should have put my glue dots a tad higher. Just a tad. This is such a pretty set. Like, I liked it when I was stamping it. I did enjoy stamping it, but now that I know how to use these particular dies, the tulip dies, now I'm real happy. Like, really happy. Now I see so many possibilities. Okay, a little bud here. Okay. Might overlap just a tad. Yeah, right about there. I say that and then I move it, of course. That's the beauty of making cards. You can change your mind 100 times over. You know? And that's okay. And down a little bit. And now, we're going to put this one here. Did I have it upside down again? No, I did not. I still see some of that other color. Let's go in here. Take a little bit more out. A little bit shows it's not the end of the world. Nice little bouquet. Okay, so now that I'm happy where they are, I'm going to be taking that one off and putting it on dimensionals. Another good reason for glue dots. So I'm not going to damage the card by by doing that. I'm pretty sure 2 will do. And in case you're wondering, no, this isn't like the way the sheets arrive, but I cut it down because I made such a mess of it. And just extra paper. Alrighty. And right there. So I like the way it kind of flows. And then we have our leaves. So I'm going to go like that. And like that. The other thing with these was, which way did they go? When I looked in the catalog, the straight edge was to the inside. So I'm like, yep, I can work with that. Totally. This will probably go underneath because I'm going to pop that leaf up. I am. Get a little bit of glue. Probably a little bit more than I would normally use, only because we have the bumps of these stems to get past. And we'll hold that down as well. I'm still up too high. Good gracious. It's like I keep pushing things. Oh my goodness. Do I see a little bit of glue? I think I do, but it's a solution for every problem. Oh, and you know what the one thing is? I need to use the minis. Did you know these also come in black? I did use them on fuzzies. I did use them on my second card underneath the still fuzzies. Still fuzzies. Both dogs were down here earlier. I can't imagine. It's like, well, if you have fur babies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alrighty, so let's put that one there. I like that. I'm going to trim these guys now that I know where these are going. And I see one little bit still sticking out. And I don't want that to be seen. As soon as I get my eyes going the right direction, there we go. Oh, don't cut that. There we go. You can come out of there. Come on out. I will pull that out later. Alrighty. And from the same set, so we're still with the Flowering Tulips, I have heat embossed the sentiment. Now, you know me, I always do it twice. And for good reason. This one had some fuzzies on it. I don't know if you can see that. And to me, I didn't like it. So I'm using this one. There's a reason for me why I'm doing things the way I do things. All right. So if you wanted to, you could die cut it. You could just cut it square if you wanted. But I didn't want to take away anything from this. Ooh, which reminds me, before I fussy cut, 1 second. 1 second. There, I have this backing paper to another paper, and I want to put the Wing Castella on before the sentiment. It's almost empty, so we'll see what we can do. I used, oh, and when this is the ballast. When you're squeezing this, don't do it over your card. In the event you get a bubble and it goes splat. This one is almost empty, so we'll see what we can get out of it. So I'm just flicking it in the lid. I can see there's some there. These are going to be, unless I get a big blob. Okay, man. I have 2 of them that are almost completely emptied. You won't be able to see the sparkles probably on the screen anyway. See if we can get anything out of the other one. I know I said I was ordering a new one, and guess who forgot? So I'll put that in my January 4th order. And by the way, that is when the mini catalog goes live, and that's when Celebration starts. That's when you get your, when you place your $60 order, or in $60 increments, you get to choose Celebration items. Oh, this one's got some. It just moved. Oh, there's the bubble I was talking about. So now we're cooking. I just had to press harder. Probably off screen, there's this little blob that came out with the bubble, which is again why we do that off screen or off the paper. There we go. Oh boy. Oh, beautiful. Now we're getting the bigger blobs. I'm not sure what the word should be. There. Spark. Oh. That's like 2 words. Spark and oh. Okay, now we can fussy cut. I know I have to do it in order. I don't have to do it in order, actually. Just get rid of that one. And here we go. And why don't we just keep that where you can actually see it. Okay, so fussy cutting. You know it's not my favorite thing to do. The trick is, it's not a trick. The trick is to move the paper, not your scissors. I'm going in reasonably close. I almost always find that I go back over it anyway, because I just want it a little bit closer. Alrighty. Anybody else a fussy cutter? I know I made that bumpy on the bottom just because. I really like this. Let today be the start of something new. And I know it's not spring yet, and I know technically in southern Ontario, we really haven't had much winter yet, knock on wood. But it is coming, and then you'll be wanting spring, and then the tulips will make everybody super happy. Which is why we called it our winter escape stamp camp. Alrighty. Almost done. It's so awkward watching me do this. Even I feel awkward doing it. Alrighty. That's on an angle, but I can fix that. And that. And well, I don't dislike that. I just like the kind of the curviness of it. All right, we're gonna pop that up. I have a couple more of these. Oh, you know what? Go right to the recycle bin. Not on my desk. Now for this one, I didn't add any additional embellishments. You may notice there's no rhinestones, there's no ribbon. When you see it in person, you'll see that this actually has a lot of Wink of Stella on it, and I think that will suffice. So let's see. One thing this is like one of my tips that I always talk about, is I like things to touch. So this little bit, just that little bit, helps to bring it into a kind of a more cohesive look. So all I have to do is get it on there straight, and I can fix that little crookedness later. There we are. What do you think? I think it's so pretty. Here's the original. So you can see where I didn't use the bud. I used, these two are the same. This one's different. And again, this is all the same paper. Now remember I said I have one more card to show you. Well, get ready. First the paper. Here's the paper. Check out the back of it. I love anything watercolor. To me, watercolor is just, it's freedom, you know? So check this out. With the paper. So it's this on the back, this on the front. This time I used the entire detailed dahlia die. I did put a few rhinestones on. I thought about putting this on a different cardstock, but I didn't like it. So I didn't do it. If I don't like it, on to the next one. There they are. Let's see if they're all going to show. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies. Like, these are just, and they don't look identical, which is, I mean, if you like making multiples of cards, excellent. I like, especially for videos, because, you know, I want to show something slightly different. I like them to be different. Again, still not sure why my lighting is goofed up. We'll move this light over here and see if that helps. Well, guess what? That is what I have for you this evening. Thank you for your kind comments. I will take a look after the video, after it's uploaded, etc., etc., etc. Again, I'm going to add the links to register for the stamp camp. Get in by January 1st and get extra ballots for the draws. That's always fun. We all like winning things, don't we? I'm going to move this other light closer and see if that helps. I think, like I said, I think my one light is pooching out on me. My next video is, believe it or not, in January. I know, just kidding. January the 4th, 2022. It sounds like it's far away, but it's 7 days away. So thank you for joining me this evening. Please share my video. That would be fabulous. Comment. And let your friends know about the stamp camp as well. You can share this and say, hey, here's a stamp camp you might be interested in. We're going to make 9 cards. And I've seen them. I've made 3 of them, and the other gals have made 3 each, and they're beautiful. I'll see you next week, and Happy New Year, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.